Hey everyone, Aussie Viking here for episode 4. We saw the prequels, I love them, and now we're on to episode 4, 5, and 6. Originally episode just Star Wars, but it's good that this was the 4th in the film, in the series. So, what do I think? Well, it's amazing, as you'd expect. So, I have two codes, two scores for this film. One being that it's the first Star Wars in that perspective. It was the first Star Wars, it created Star Wars, it opened up a big world and universe and stuff like that. And then I have a score comparing it to episodes 5 and 6. But let's say what works. Well, what works is the whole story. It's a good adventure. It's a very good, fun adventure, okay? Bit cliched somewhat, good guy this, bad guy this. There's no in between. You know who the good guys are, you know who the bad guys are. The good guys win, yay! And there's not much depth. I mean, there is if you count the whole blowing up thing with the Death Star, but whatever. But overall, it's a really good fantasy sci-fi that really kind of harkens back to sort of like Flash Gordon, sort of like full-on stuff like that. And very 50s serial TV shows like Lost in Space in some regards and stuff like that, which is what inspired George Lucas to create it. Overall visuals are fantastic. Even for its time in 77, these were amazing visuals, which is fantastic because it wasn't exactly a giant budgeted film, I don't believe. But it's just very well done. I like how open it is to, they say things like, oh, the Clone Wars, and there's a lot of like references to other planets and systems where it's like, oh man, I wish we could see it. And then bam, they give it to you in a really interesting side story that makes you go, awesome, fantastic. So, what do we feel about most of the film? Well, to be truthful, I love it. I do love it. This isn't my favourite in the series. I think this is my least favourite. Not to say it's bad. This is where the two scores come in. So, as a film, what it did, what it created, it's a 10 out of 10 as a Star Wars film. But, compared to 5 and 6, I think it's a 9 out of 10. A very solid 9 out of 10. For me, personally. But if you're somebody out there that thinks it's a 10 out of 10 because it created Star Wars and nostalgia and all that, that's absolutely fine. I respect that. That's why I would give it a 10 in that perspective. But in perspective with 5 and 6, totally a 9 out of 10 for me. But other than that, it's pretty great. There isn't really much bad. I mean, yeah, some special effects look dated, and some of the acting, yes, some of the acting can look a bit iffy, and is a bit iffy. Luke is actually quite annoying in this at times, and he's got some flat dialogue, and in his acting, it's very flat at times. Same with actually Leia as well, and even like C-3PO is a bit hit or miss as well. The only one that's constantly good is Han Solo, but his character is so well played and so good that it would almost be impossible to just make him terrible. Like, how great is that scene where he's running, he's like, I'll get the stormtroopers, bang, 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 and he runs through a door, and it's just a shit ton of him. He's like, oh, fuck, runs right out. That is perfect. Perfect, I tell you. Fantastic 10 out of 10 scene, 100%. Like, fantastic. Now, the version that's on here is the special edition. I like the special editions. I thought they added a lot to the films. It was basically adding deleted scenes that they could touch up and finish up, and it was great. And I think it adds a lot. They're nothing too big. The only one that I'm iffy on was the hand shooting first. Created some great memes, but overall, I didn't think it was a really good hand shot first, bang bang thing. It's like, especially with editing, it's like his head just goes like that. Like, it's like, it's a bit weird. Very hit and miss, very quick cut though if you're not really paying attention. But it is still a bit weird, and if you're looking in that direction in terms of how they shot it and how they've edited it, it is a bit weird. And if you go back, you're like, what the hell was that? What the hell's wrong with his neck, But other than that, I liked it. I liked how they had Mos Eisley bigger. I like it how you actually see how the stormtroopers know about it. It's like, hey, they send that group into it. You see that group, and it's like, hey, it's droids, I like that. I actually thought that was really good. I thought that Mos Eisley was now as big as the prequels, which makes sense because that's how they made Mos Eisley a lot bigger in the prequels. I also like the Jabba scene, Jabba scene. I really like that scene. It's just funny because Han's like, I'm not that afraid of you. I'm like, he's the cool, calm guy. He's like, I can do this shit. Steps on him and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. And then you get to Return, and he's just like, oh fuck, it's Jabba. Like, I kind of like that. I like that. I also like how they just like put Boba Fett in there. It's like, yeah, fuck it, we'll put him in there because he's pretty cool. You know, he doesn't do shit, and Django was better, but still, he's pretty cool. But yeah, actually, what's great is after watching 1, 2, and 3, 4 now feels a lot better. It feels more coherent now, especially with the special editions, and I'll get to that in more so Return of the Jedi. I think special editions really make the whole series come full circle in Return of the Jedi. But as it is now, from 1, 2, and 3 going to 4, it feels stronger. The universe feels like there's a big shift in power because of the Empire coming over and stuff like that. It feels great. Anakin becoming well, we do see Anakin there as Vader, but Luke wanting to be like his father, and there's all that bit like, oh, your father was this, your father was that, and it's just really good. It is a bit weird to see like Luke and Leia just getting a bit, like kissing, like, like on the cheek and stuff, but it's a bit like, well, she's your sister, dude, but it makes sense, they didn't really have that at the time. Actually, one of the favourite parts is actually the politics. Yes, there is politics in this film. It's like a 2 to 3 minute scene, but they mention politics, which is funny. Everyone gave the prequel shit for politics. You had politics in the first friggin' Star Wars film, and you give the prequel shit because they decided to expand upon them. Just saying, there is literally, yes, they do talk about it. They talk about how the Republic is now gone and the Empire is ruling and with an iron fist, and it's actually pretty cool, especially after watching the prequels with all the politics. You're kind of like, holy shit, he's 100% now. He's taken over 100%. Now, there are some bits that, like, if you're a fan, you kind of gets annoying, kind of. Not in terms of what you see, but in terms of all the bullshit that they sprout. Basically being, why doesn't Obi-Wan remember R2-D2 or C-3PO? Oh man, I love this because it just shows you how fucking stupid some fans can be. Alright? And if you're one of these fans, I'm sorry, but really, you should know this shit. So first of all, when they say, why doesn't R2-D2 or C-3PO remember him, or why don't they remember that? C-3PO got his mind wiped, and come on, R2-D2, he's not going to say shit. You can tell that bucket of bolts, that droid right there, he's got some fucking secrets, and you fucking know it. He's got some good secrets, man. He's got it. So, what's great is when people say, oh, but Obi-Wan should have remembered. Okay, first of all, if there was a theme, an underlying theme in the original trilogy that you could just paste onto a singular character, well, in this case, it would be 2, is Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda, we find that in the second and third film, lie their fucking pants off. That is literally an underlying character theme that they have. They lie, okay? They lie. You can tell they lie. You can tell that Obi-Wan was holding back and not telling Luke everything. And that's true. Like, I'm surprised not many people understand that. Another thing is, why didn't Owen remember C-3PO and R2-D2? It's been 20 years. We know from the series, even in this film, that there are multiple versions that are extremely similar to already made models. Other than paint, colors and stuff like that, they're basically the same. Same sounds, same movements and all that. He's probably just gotten used to it. Plus, for at least C-3PO, the last time Owen saw C-3PO was when he did not have gold on him. Okay? He had no gold. It was just, stuff like that. And who knows, maybe he did remember, but he just thought, oh, it must be a coincidence, There are so many ways you can explain it, but so many stupid fucking Star Wars fans. And if you're one of them watching this, I'm sorry, but you fucking are. And, you're scum. You're rebel scum. It's, that side of things. I know I don't want to go on a rant because I had to control myself when I did the prequels about the rants that fans come up with. I'm gonna have to do it here until we get to episode 7. And you know what? I think watching this has made me hate episode 7 much more because of how similar it is. Like, I'm gonna rant and that motherfucker. But overall, it's great. Now, let's go to deleted scenes. So there isn't much deleted scenes that I think could be added back in to actually enhance it. Not really, because the special edition sort of does that in ways. But in terms of enhancing, there is a good scene where Luke looks up in the sky and he can actually see the battle going on in the front, up there in the sky. I liked it. It doesn't add too much, but it's kind of a cool, neat effect thing where he's like, oh, that's cool. But it doesn't add too much to the plot, so I can understand why they got rid of it. But it's still a cool, oh, that's awesome sequence. Another one is when he actually goes meet his friends, the rebel guy, I can't remember his name. Antilles? No, not Antilles. But he meets his friend and he has a little talk with him about the rebels and stuff, and it kind of adds elements to why Luke stays after saving Leia. It's like, I saved Leia. I mean, obviously you could piece it together that he's lost Obi-Wan Kenobi and stuff like that, and he's got nothing left, so I could just join the rebellion. But it kind of adds to that effect of, hey, my friend was in the rebellion, he's kind of got some contacts sort of thing. It kind of adds to why he would stay. And then when he meets him, it's kind of like, hey, you're the guy from before. You know, other than that, there's some smaller bits, but overall I think those would be the two, or even the one technically big scene that I think if you put back in, it kind of adds more to it, you know. Other than that, I think overall this is a fantastic film, obviously. Definitely the weakest, I think, of the trilogy, which might make you sound a bit weird, because, like, hang on, don't you like hate Ewoks and stuff like that? Well, I think Ewoks are the stupidest fucking thing in Star Wars, other than the whole cannibalism bit they do. I still like the whole theme and idea of Return of the Jedi. More so. And Empire, you know, Empire is just fantastic. But overall, this is still a great film, and it's them. This is what created, like, Episode 4 created all this. Episode 4 created all that. You know. And it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic film. And it makes me more excited for The Last Jedi because we can see more Luke. And as much as I love Han and Leia, I just want to see more Luke. I want to see what he knows now. I want to see how he's become as a Jedi. What does he know about his past? Does he know who his mother was, you know? Do they know who their mother was? And, like, what else did you do? Did you actually meet, say, Ashoka or did you, find any more battle droids or stuff like that? I can't wait to see what they actually go to, which excites me. So, yeah, that's Aussie Viking out for episode 4. I'm going to go into episode 5 now, which is basically really great. Like, from what I remember, which wasn't too long ago, because I actually watched it like 2 months ago, because it is that's that best, fantastic of a film. Opening of Hoth, fantastic from what I remember, obviously. Han Solo in Empire Strikes Back was a bit weird, because it takes place 3 years after this film. Now, obviously in comic books and stuff, they've changed it up, and then there's that bit where, Han sort of got married to that smuggler or something. I can't remember. It's been a while since I read it. But it's just a bit weird how it's like, here's this, here's that, I'm gonna act like a child. Because at the start of Empire, Han acts like a child. He does. He acts like a whiny little child. Oh, come on, princess. Your feelings about me. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, neither do we. Like, in the first film, you and Luke were kind of going at it and be like, she would like me more. And hell, in the first film, she kind of hated you. She didn't even give you a smile at the end sequence. And all of a sudden now, you're kind of like, your feelings for me. What the fuck's happened? What the fuck? And it's kind of like, yeah, they can sort of piece it there together. But he acts way too much of a child. I think the best thing would have been to add a scene there where he's like, do you remember what happened on so-and-so planet? If they did something like that, I feel like then, like, just a little more, like a sentence or two, I feel like would have enhanced that a bit. Might be a deleted sequence, I don't know, but as it is now, there's just some slightly minor things. But overall, I really did enjoy Empire Strikes Back, because it is really good. I mean, come on, fucking Lando. We did see Boba Fett, who, yes, did nothing, but Boba Fett was still awesome. Luke becoming more of a Jedi, which was awesome. Vader and Luke fighting, Luke, I am your father, which is probably the most 10 out of 10 twist ever in films. To this day, still, it's that good. I remember when I was a kid, I saw that, I was like, I'm pretty sure that was like every kid's like reaction. Stuff like that, Anyway, I'm very tired, because as I'm doing it, it's like almost 12:30. It's a long film. But yeah, awesome. Gonna go watch Empire Strikes Back, although by the time I finish doing this, it's probably gonna be like 10 hours from now, when it's, not tiring. But yeah, fantastic film. Can't wait for Empire, and then Return, and then Episode 7. If you I'm gonna say this probably from now on, but if you loved Episode 7, please don't hate me for what I'm about to say for Episode 7. But some things what I say actually might make you go, huh, okay. But anyway, Aussie Viking out. I shall see you in Valhalla. Bye.